UCLA Alumni Scholars, thank you for committing yourselves today to today's field trip. These field trips are really meaningful and life-changing. Our kids are getting an opportunity and exposure to college. They're getting to hang out with you, and hopefully you guys can inspire and motivate them to go on to higher learning. So thank you so much. It really makes a difference having you guys be a part of our field trip. The tour is really exciting for the kids, but to mix it up a little bit and give them a little fun, because they are middle schoolers, we want to give them a fun little team building activity. And the little activity we have planned, it's called Broken Squares, all right? So before I go any further, I just want you guys to know so you don't feel like you have to memorize this large group's name, but each kid will have a little lanyard with their name on it, so please feel free to take a look at the lanyard if you want to, just be able to personally address one of the students who are participating in your group, all right? So let's go back to Broken Squares. Broken Squares is pretty simple. Just to get things started, you're going to have this large group of kids, of course. You're going to want to split them up into two equal groups, all right? Two equal groups. We're going to provide you a little bag that's going to have two envelopes of pieces, okay? So two envelopes. But before I go any further, so our first responsibility is split them up into two groups. So if you have 50 kids, you want to do one group of 25 and another group of 25. Have them line up in a straight line, all right? And what they're going to do is have a relay race. So like any other relay race, we're going to run from one point, try to accomplish something, and run back and tag the next group, all right? So we're running backwards and forwards like a relay race. But what's our goal at the end of the day? What's in these envelopes? There's 15 pieces in these envelopes, and what they're going to do is unscramble these pieces to create 5 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 squares. So if you kind of do the math, that's probably about 3 pieces per square. But don't get confused with all that. Just the whole point is there's 15 pieces, and they need to create 5 squares. All right? So one more time. We've got our 2 straight lines. You're going to grab your 2 envelopes. You're going to put them about 10 feet down, so you'll need a large grassy area. And I'm sure Alexa and Kayleen have identified 2 great, large, lush, grassy areas where the students can run back and forth. And by the way, thank you, Alexa and Kaylee. You'll put it about 10 feet across. So in groups of 3 and 4, so in these 2 subgroups, they're going to kind of subgroup up one more time into groups of 3 and 4. So it'll be me and maybe 2 of my partners. And when you say go, you're going to give them 1 minute per round. Again, 1 minute per round. When you say go, me and my 2 friends are going to run up, and we're welcome to dump the contents on the ground. And then we're going to try to create a square in 1 minute. Let's see here if I can create one in 1 minute. Ding, 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 I was able to create a square in 1 minute. I would leave that square there when you say, oh, minute, time's up. Then I run back, and so does the other team, and we run back, and we tag the next group of 3 kids, and they run up. And so let's say my team created 1 square. That means naturally we have 4 more squares to go, all right? The other team didn't create any, then of course they've got the goal of 5 squares. So they keep running back and forth 1 minute at a time trying to create 5 squares. Now, tour guides, if you find the kids are having a difficulty, you can pull all the kids together and give each team maybe equal time, about a 1 minute or 2 minutes to kind of study the guide, the key. So you can give them 1 or 2 minutes. Don't give it to them. Say, okay, you guys, you got to memorize it. Visualization, memorize it, burn it in your brain. Then you keep it, and then you can start over and allow them to try it again. All right? So that's it in a nutshell, Broken Squares. Don't forget, because it is a team building exercise and our kids are accustomed to reflection, sit down or have them stand in a big circle and ask a couple of questions that we have provided for you in your little handout. And what were your challenges? What was most difficult? How important was communication? If you were given a chance to do it differently again, what would you do? Why is it important to be able to work with others? Did you feel your team responded better to positive or negative reinforcement? And can you relate this experience to a personal experience, like maybe a school project that you worked on or something that your family did together, or a situation with your friends, etc. So again, don't forget about the reflection is really important. Maybe you can tie it into college and how important it is to be able to work with others when you're on a college campus or you're joining a group like the UCLA Alumni Scholars. That's it in a nutshell. Thank you again for your gift of time. Thank you again, Alexa and Kaylee. We really appreciate it. And from the bottom of our hearts at LATM, thank you. It's these kind of experiences that are life-changing, and you guys will help us get our kids to really think about higher learning. So this is really impactful and important. So thank you once again.